Well guys, I'm just going to start this video off. I've edited this video. The sound quality completely and totally sucks on it. I missed the mark on the microphone. I got some new ones coming, but I wanted to do this video kind of in this format so I can show you guys kind of how we prototype stuff and test it here, because we can only do so much on the computer. Like the real world testing is what we need to run our equipment, and that's the important part of this whole video. That's the point of it. And I wanted to bring you guys along and kind of show you how an afternoon or how a little bit of time in the wood yard when all of us are around testing these machines to kind of pick up on the stuff and bring you guys good products. So that's the whole point of it. If you like the video, let me know. Let me know if you like this format. I'm going to try and do some more kind of like this where I can explain what's going on and how things are working and why they work as we're running the machines and as we're operating them. Just to give you guys good information and kind of bring you guys along for the ride too, because I think that's a fun part of it. Anyways, we'll get to the video. Thanks a lot, guys. Hi guys, it's Andrew here from Eastonmade Wood Splitters today, and welcome back to the Eastonmade channel. Out here in the wood yard, I got some pretty cool stuff for you today. I had a fella last week on one of the firewood groups on Facebook. He asked me about hopper conveyors, whether we make one or not, and we do. There's a couple of reasons why you'd want a hopper conveyor. One, if you're going to load a drum tumbler or disc screener like this, you can load that up, go grab another scoop. It feeds it at a consistent, steady rate. That is the important part of that. We can do different hoppers on the front of these, and they're fairly easy to put on. You can see this is just our standard STK32, and then these actually bolt on. You can see the bolts there. So they just bolt on, and so it's really simple to convert any Eastonmade conveyor to a hopper style conveyor. You just have to buy the hopper wings for it. So it's pretty straightforward. There was also a discussion about belts or chains. We run chains on our conveyors. We're probably going to play around with some belts. We've had a lot of guys requesting belts lately. They're quieter. We've always had good luck with chains. Like, we don't normally have issues with the paddles breaking off, but there's a lot of companies that have issues with paddles and stuff breaking off their conveyors. We don't run into that a whole lot. One, we don't set the pressures high enough in the conveyor circuits to be able to achieve that, and two, they're built pretty sturdy and strong. Like they're all welded together. Like a lot of the other ones will run like a 5/16 bolt to hold the paddle on, and they're just not heavy enough. If they jam, and they because they will jam, it's a chain conveyor, it's gonna jam. But that with the bolts in it, they're just gonna break. Where with this here, it's gonna stop. It's gonna go over the relief valve on the hydraulic circuit. It's not normally that big of a deal. We like the chains just because they're a positive drive all the time. So regardless of what weather conditions you're running in, or where you are, whatever, it's going to feed the wood. Whatever incline you want to run it on, it's going to feed the wood up there. I know some belts have paddles on them. That's a good solution for that. But yeah, so that's why we've always stuck with the chain. Like I said, you'll probably see us do belt conveyors in the future as we expand our product line, just for the guys that want them. But like I said, like we always have had really good luck with the chains. But yeah, you can see that this is a pretty cool setup. We're gonna load it with just the normal bucket. Like I don't have my big, I have my big grapple bucket over there. But we're just gonna load with the normal bucket. We're gonna try and get some dirt in it because we're gonna try out this. We're gonna try out this drum tumbler. That thing's awesome. It turned out really, really, really good. This is the very first one. This is the first time we've run. We haven't run. You guys are gonna see the first bucket load of wood go through this drum tumbler. We haven't even run this thing before, so this is absolutely 100% its maiden voyage. So we're gonna take you guys along and show you. Like, there's a handful of things about this that make it unique. It's really light. Like, it's right around 1,700-1,800 pounds. So a guy with a tractor can pick this up and move it around, which is incredible. That's great. You can't do that with our drum tumbler or a lot of other, or with our disc screener or a lot of their drum tumblers. It's going to be incredibly affordable, and it's well built. Like, John did a kick-ass job on this thing. It looks amazing. This thing looks twice the price of what it's going to list for. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. We should have pricing in the coming weeks here. We just want to test it out, and we can get, like right now we're just running the chute on the back of it. So it is fairly high, like that 32 conveyor will load a lot higher than that, but we'll offer actually a belt conveyor on the back of it. It's going to pivot side to side, so if you're loading your trailer or whatever you have, you're going to be able to swing it side to side. But this has just got the chute on the end of it, and it's going to load that trailer really well, and hopefully take a lot of dirt and debris out of it. I'll talk more about the drum tumbler as we get into it. You'll probably see that in another week or so. We'll have a video on that coming up, so make sure you subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get alerts to when we're doing new products, when we're testing new stuff, and what we got going on around here at Eastonmade. But yeah, like I said, guys, standard 32-foot conveyor. It just has the hopper on. Like I said, we can custom make these hoppers to whatever you have. We have a couple of standard sizes. Just give Mark or Jeremy a call, and we can figure out what's going to work for you. That's going to work fine for a skid steer bucket dumping in here. But we can do a lot of different things on that end of it. Yeah, so that's what we got. Jeremy's going to load with the skid steer. I'm going to talk as he's loading. The video on the Electric 60C I think turned out pretty good, because I was able to kind of talk to you while he was running it and kind of talk you through what was going on there. So I'll try and do the same thing with this one. Let me know if that's the content you like, if you like that format, and we'll go from there, guys. Like the video, give her a thumbs up. We'll get loading this trailer up. Take care. Like I said, Jared's got her small bucket on here. He's gonna load that up. We got all the wood in the back of the pile is dry stuff, so we're gonna pull from the back of the pile. This load is actually going to my sister's. I'll show you when I dump that load how clean the wood is. I don't know how it's gonna go yet. Like, again, this is the first time we've run this drum tumbler, so Jared should be able to load into that fairly easily with that big hopper on there. And again, we can make these kind of whatever size you want to do this. So you see there's quite a bit of dirt and stuff in that one. That's kind of what we want to see when we're testing this thing, is to see that dirt and to see that chaff and see kind of how it goes through our drum tumbler up there. So that is the very first bucket load of material that's gone through that drum tumbler. So we're not sure how it's going to work, whether it's going to pile up or what's going to happen here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of testing. Looks like it's going in all right. A lot of dirt, a lot of stuff coming out of it. I need to change the incline of that shoot up there a little wee bit. Like I said, guys, this is the testing stage of this thing. There's a head both things you want to look forward from doing this. Ideally, we want to build you guys the best firewood equipment we can, right? That's our goal here. Here goes another scoop here. That one's got lots of dirt in it. Lots for one. Supposed to be. Are we at the top, maybe? Definitely gonna have to do something a little bit different with that chute up there. But okay, guys, that's what it's all about. working nice on it. I think maybe if I had that grader too, that might alleviate a lot of that. Or even have the end of the conveyor closer in maybe. Want to try another scoop there? Want to try another scoop? Oh, what's up? Oh my gosh, nothing else. Jared's concerned about the build-up off at the top. I'm wondering if we throw a couple more pieces on that a lot of that stuff will fall down and into the drum tumbler. So we'll find out. It does look like it's pulling a pile of dirt out of it though, so that's the name of the game. We can make adjustments on. The big thing is making sure it's gonna gonna last and work well for you guys. That's what we're doing here today. We're doing that just so you fine folks are gonna have a good product. That's why we test these things. That's why we run these things. We use them ourselves, so that you guys can have a better product that's going to help your business grow too. Now, as you can see, I've got the engineering team behind me here keeping an eye on it just for giggles. Plugging up at the top there, and that's causing the condition jam up on it. Looks like it might be picking one up off the top, or the paddle might be grabbing it up there. Yeah, we'll have to get up there and fix that. Stand by. You want to maybe try, Jared, and just we'll dump them in slow and see if it feeds a little bit better that way, and we'll do a couple of buckets like that, and then we'll adjust the angle on the drum tumbler.
Do a couple scoops of clean wood, like that back pile. I'm above the dirt. There's just so much dirt in it.
Oh, there's a pile of mud up there, like a lot of it.
That's in the pile.
Yeah, well, we can try the stuff at the front there, like it's
a couple scoops and see.
Yeah, we'll try a couple there, and then we'll see about, like I said, if we need to adjust the angle on the drum bees. We can still set the front end of it down 5 or 6 inches, and it's gonna let that stuff feed in a lot better, right?
Yep, so I agree. Try it out.
Okay, let's give it a whirl. So Jared's gonna grab some stuff from the front of the pile here. Try that. The other thing we can do with this is we can adjust the rake on the tumbler itself. The legs are adjustable, so we can bring that down. Ideally, we'd like to have it at the platform level. So if we need to adjust the drum down on our machine itself or the top tube, we can do that. We want to have the rails as level as we can, ideally. I'll show you where Jared was pulling out of so you can see. Like when I got up there, that was all full of mud. Like there's a pile of mud in there. So he was pulling out of this bottom pile here. So there is a lot of dirt back, and that's kind of where we're throwing all the stuff, and that's why I want to get it cleaned up. So here's this. There's still a little bit of dirt in that one. And again, guys, we're using a standard bucket here. So we're gonna try and speed a little bit slower here. But ideally, the way we want this to work is you dump the bucket load in there, it brings it up and it puts it in the truck for you. Like that's the ideal way of doing this, and the quick and efficient way of doing it. So we have some adjustments to get there, but we'll get there for sure. thing. Let's see if you have one of those hopper conveyors. Nice. There's a lot of different applications and uses for them. This is one of them. You can have the end of the drum tumbler load into the hopper conveyor like we had in the 60T100 video there. The last one. Yeah, I think we're going to need to change the angle on that drum a little wee bit. Well, I think the speed of the drum itself is pretty good. If we had it going across, if we had the wood coming across maybe a little bit quicker and had that break down a little bit more, so that's going to be a big thing. I think the rotation of it is pretty good itself. I mean, see, it's still getting plugged up to the top here, just using that little bit of wood. We'll make that adjustment and we'll try this one here, but I think we're going to get up there and figure that out again. That's what it's all about, guys. We don't screw around with stuff. We're not going to find out. We got to run it ourselves. We got to play with it. We want to make it right for you guys. That is the name of the game. It's building firewood equipment and basically and make it as efficient as possible. It's your business. You know, you can save time and you can make more money. That is what our goal is here ultimately. We're gonna have to adjust that. That's not a big deal though. You can see how much stuff we're getting out of it, and the wood that's in there right now is that's clean firewood. That's too much firewood. It's really, really nice stuff. I'll get myself back up there and I'll get that set down. Jeremy might even be coming to grab the grabbing the forklift here. I better lower it down here. Hang tight, guys. I see if we can't, like we're loading it kind of cockeyed right now, really.
Well, if we get it straight, we can get it in further into the chute, and that'll help.
Yeah, like I'd imagine you can land on the end of it, and it's kind of got to change direction up there too, right? Like that's maybe the tricky part of the whole thing. Well, fuck it. Well, why don't we try and lift it up first?
Yeah, let's do that first.
And then see how it goes. And if we have to, we'll turn that conveyor and see how it feeds down. It's getting a pile of stuff out there. That load of wood's clean.
For sure. No, looks good.
Okay, we'll get it lifted up here. Try that, Jared. See if that works.
Yeah.
Let's give it a whirl. Owen's like a man, except better. It's a mustache that gives him magic. Well, we adjusted the angle on that. You can see it's raked a little bit forward there now, so that chute's going to go in a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to help too much, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely helps. I'm doing a nice job cleaning that one though. Really nice job. I need a little bit more of an angle yet though. You can see the stuff coming out of that. That's clean fire. There's no dirt in that at all. That's what you want to deliver to the customer. That's the kind of stuff there. Here's Gerald throwing another bucket load in. Want to throw more in? Like I said, if this doesn't end up working, we'll take the conveyor and turn it straight. We just kind of had it set up like that, so we're going to be pulling off the back of the pile there, but kind see how this goes. Only take a couple of seconds to turn that conveyor around the other way and have it go kind of dead straight into it. And if we do that, we'll be able to have the end of the conveyor land more on the inside of it. And I think that'll help a lot of that out. So yeah guys, that's what it's all about. We gotta play around with stuff, we gotta see what's gonna work. Make sure it's gonna work well for you guys and give you guys good information. Looking nice though. Oh, a big piece off the top. See it right there? What happens when you get it too full at the top is you have a piece. When Jared runs that backwards. Run it backwards, Jer. You'll probably get it out if you run it backwards, Jer.
I tried.
Okay. We got her turned around. We're back at her here now. You can see we turned this. The other thing we were thinking about this too is if we have the grizzly, we can get right in there. So for sure, I think we're gonna have to change the angle of this too. And maybe the angle of the drum a little bit down. Not really going over there now. The other thing we might be able to try too is speed up the drum itself, but we don't really want to do that, I don't think. Like ideally you want to have the wood grab and come up the side and drop. I don't think we need much more than what we got there, but that scoop there went pretty good. Just having it in line there. Like I said, we're still going to have to change that, but again guys, like nice little firewood here. Nice looking firewood. I think we're running out of fuel. Hey! I think we're out of fuel. Gas. Ain't got no gas in it. Oh, you want to grab some fuel?
Over by the assembly doors?
Yeah, in the yeah, it'll either be in there or in the Z can. Well, Jerry, we got one scoop out of her.
I know what's wrong with it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Well then, did it work though?
It seemed better.
Yeah.
It seemed better. Like, I think if we can get it in, like, I think if you were going to run that with an Evo, I think that would be, like, you'd be able to get the Evo right in there, and then with the SDK 32, like, we can still go that way more with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, we can change the angle of the hopper itself, and then
with that drum running a little bit faster off a processor.
Yeah, the drum will run faster off the processor. We're just running on that small power pack right now. It's not even the same size that we're running normally.
It'll help the wood get into it a little bit faster and through it faster.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think we have to do something with that chute though. I think it's gonna have to come down a little bit more. But we're feeding a lot of wood into that at once too. Like that's it's a lot of wood to be kind of puking into it.
Yeah, off a machine, right? A machine that's cycling.
Yeah. Firewood processor is not going to feed near as fast. You're going to go into with that, but ideally we'd want to have something be able to have a setup like this, or even the hopper on the one end of it here, because John's gonna make a hopper on the end of it that you can just dump right into it too, right? So I have a couple options for that. Yeah. Got some fuel, Owen?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, this is the little wee power pack on this, and there's a little wee engine on it. Oh, oh! The reason we don't build them like this anymore. The bigger engine fuel cap way at the top. Well, that's why we test things, so we know. Chug a lug, chug a lug. You ever hear that song, Owen?
No.
You never chug a lug, chug a lug?
No. I don't think so.
What makes you want to holler Heidi ho? Burns your tummy, don't you know?
Definitely haven't heard it.
Really? What's wrong with you?
I think it's probably an age thing.
We gotta hang out more.
Yeah. Nothing usually goes wrong when we hang out.
No, never. No, we don't. Nothing at all.
All you can do is just one up what happened last time.
We could do that,
Make it
Owen.
land back on its wheels.
We could land back on our wheels next time, Owen.
Yeah.
You know, my side-by-side was in really good shape until you rolled it that time.
I don't know if I rolled it.
See, if you didn't ever have to leave us, we didn't have to have it
Yeah,
going away.
we wouldn't have to have a going away party before you ever never left, eh?
Right.
Like if we just stayed here forever and ever. Me and Jeremy are here forever and ever.
Well, I'm back, aren't I?
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. We missed you, Owen.
Good.
I had to have a cry on Jeremy's shoulder there.
True.
We really should get another power back other than this one, eh? You know, we had a funnel. Funnel could sit right on top of it. You fill it up pretty easy then.
We've had some pretty exciting action on your videos the last couple of days here. Can't turn the generator on.
Yeah.
Can't run anything right in the yard.
That's the way videos go normally. We just don't normally show it. That's how it goes, really. I haven't busted anything for a while, knock on wood. Yeah, that's full. That's good. Don't put the E85 on that. It doesn't like the E85. It says right on her. Okay. Ready? Cut this off. Doing a hell of a nice job cleaning the stuff, like. Let's see where it lands up here, guys. If you want to see what's going to go wrong, what the issues we're going to have with it, try to run everything in the yard here as much as we can. And we obviously get feedback from customers to see what's going to work well and what's going to work right for them. Might have been that piece right there. We might need to shoot back a wee bit on that. Oh, we want to pull the truck around. Pull the truck around. That's good there, Owen. With the conveyor on the end of it, you'll be able to feed the trailer without having to move the truck. I just got to move the conveyor on it. Looks like we're starting to get some stuff up here. We'll see if this bunch gets knocked down or not. I think it's that piece right there that's jammed her up. You want to run that off? Right on the, Owen, go right on the control there. Yeah, I'll turn that one on and then run that one. I think it's that little piece right there. So turn it on and then run the whole thing backwards. Turn it off. Yeah. Guys, now go the other way. Right now what's going on. See if we can loose there. We'll have to adjust that too. But again, guys, that's what it's all about here. We're testing things and trying them and running them. Seeing how this works. Conveyor. We're going to play a little more here. I'll get this load of wood on so I can get it delivered. It's either going to go to my mother or my sister. I don't know yet. Depends on how much time I got left this morning to get this done. But yeah, guys, you can see that this is all part of the process for it. Is running the machines, seeing how they work. That hopper conveyor, like, it works awesome. You're going to dump wood into it. Works really, really great. Like I said, we can do different hoppers, so we can do bigger hoppers, different sizes, whatever. Just suit you guys to make it work for your operation. So that's what we got anyways, guys. Like the video, give her a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. We'll keep playing around with this. Take care. Well, guys, we're out here. We are back at it. Sorry if this video is long. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to edit this yet, but it is, that was Friday afternoon. Friday? Yeah, it was Friday morning. And here we are at Tuesday. So what we're planning on doing here is we have a different conveyor. It doesn't have the hopper on. I know this is a hopper conveyor video, but you can load the normal conveyor sort of the same way. Hopper just helps you want to dump a big load into it. But what we've done is John has got these adjustable, you need these up there, adjustable slots for this, so you can tilt that entry trough or tray however you want to have it. So we can play around with this now and see exactly the angle we want to get this on. It's quite a bit lower than what it was because I'm just loading up my totes here. This is for my own wood for my house. I got to fill my totes up because if I want to be warm this winter, I better have wood. And if I don't get it soon, somebody else will. So that's what we're into right now. We're just getting this set up. Jeremy's gonna hop in the skid steer here right now, and we're gonna see if this loads any better. I'm pretty optimistic about it. We looked at the old Bell's setups, and they were quite a bit more of an angle when we had a lot of wood, like something to load the bucket or whatever. We obviously are gonna do a different style trough for guys that want to load directly with the skid steer. So we do have that going on. But again, guys, this all takes time. It's not something that happens right away. A lot of people, I think this prototyping stuff and building stuff happens right away. But again, we want to make sure that this stuff is going to work for you and work as well as it can and function the way that it should for you, so you guys can continue to grow your firewood business and have the products you want. Like I said, I don't have pricing on the drum tumbler right now yet, but I promise you it is going to be an incredibly competitive price on this thing. It's a nice setup too. So let's go on over. We'll see how Jeremy's making out here. That's where that big hop would help there. You get a load down a little bit easier. Not going directly into it like that. I think that's working better. None of the wood is going up on the trim now. It's all falling in. Going across that drum tumbler. The other cool thing is we have the two different separators here. So a lot of the dirty stuff falls up this side, and all the bigger stuff falls up the other side. So here's what the other pile looks like. That's all dirt, and that's all good stuff. So we have these set up in a couple different ways. Keep in mind, guys, we're running this off for a small power pack. This little 6.5 horse power pack we just had kicking around the top. So we don't have quite the pressure we normally would going in this. It doesn't have quite the power it would. Yeah. There he goes on a scoop. Trying to be as gentle as we can with it. Make sure we get a good load going up just like that. There we go, guys. I think we've likely got it. It was working pretty good the other day when we had it kind of straight in line here, but I wanted to try it offset the way that we had it when we were having problems with it. Just so we know it's going to work. Because ideally you'd be able to turn your conveyor whichever way and then have your drum tumbler kind of go whichever direction you want. But it is cleaning that wood out really, really nice. See all this stuff coming out. It's all nice and clean now. Might get one more load into that bin and then we'll have to switch back and then do something different with it here. I got the front cut out. I would normally hand stack all my cones, but it is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do to make this work for you guys. Ideally we'd have most of this cleaned out by the time he's ready to dump another bucket in there. So we'll see how the timing is on that. Some guys obviously are fast with the loader, they might want to have that a little bit more of an angle, and that's adjustable with the feet there. Yeah, we're not looking too bad here right now. If you were to dump that in right now, we got that loader, that's almost cleaned out in there, so yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's what we have. I just wanted to show that bit of how we progress and how we try things and how we do things here to make sure we get you guys the best product. Anyways, like the video, thumbs up, hit the subscribe down to the bottom. Thanks for checking her out.